Hey everybody, I am about to attempt to make a cake I've never made before and that I'm kind of just making up because the one I wanted to make I couldn't find the ingredients for. So we'll get started. First of all, I have to say it is in the works for me to get a tripod so that you don't have to watch me wiggle the screen. Today I'm going to be making a chocolate peanut butter Whoppers cake. Alright, so we're going to see how this goes. I didn't really want to make a chocolate cake from scratch. I could have, but I really don't want to waste the time. So in 2 round pans I have chocolate cake just from a box. Use any brand you want and then just follow the recipe on the back. Make sure that there's an even amount in both of your pans. And with I'm going to try to alternate the layers if they will fit in that cake carrier right there. I don't know if they will, but so I'm going to have chocolate cake, and then I'm also going to make from scratch peanut butter cake. So hopefully this is going to turn out really well. So we shall see. So what I've got going on in this for our wet ingredients here is I have 1/3 cup of soft butter already in there, and then I have 1/4 cup of creamy peanut butter, and to that I'm also going to add a cup of brown sugar. Alright, oh, didn't get it all. Sorry, it was a little too packed there, folks. There we go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get all that together in a bowl and we're going to beat it together. You want it to get nice and fluffy. And even though I have a rubber bottom bowl, it still likes to dance around a little bit. Let me get this creamed up and I will return. Alright, so it's really important, especially with this one, to make sure you always wipe down the sides because a lot of the sugar sticks to the sides. So to this, once it's nice and fluffy, I'm going to add 2 eggs, but I'm only going to add 1 at a time, and I'm going to beat them in to make sure that they're fully incorporated. So let me go ahead and see if I can get 1 in there. 1, only 1 of you. There you go. Alright. Alright, so let me beat this together, and then I'm going to add the other one, and I'll get back when everything's done with both of the eggs. Alright, so we've got that all together, guys. Totally creamed together. Smells very good, very peanut buttery. In a separate bowl, you're going to take 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 3/4 teaspoon baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and mix that all together. You're supposed to sift it, but I don't have a sifter. Gasp! I know. What's wrong with me? How do I expect to cook without a sifter? So I'm just going to mix it as well as I can. If you have a sifter, great. Then that means you're following the recipe here for this peanut butter cake. I'm doing what I got to do. Alright, now once you've got that all together, you're going to add the flour mixture to the peanut butter mixture. But here's the extra ingredient you're going to add. You also have 1/2 cup of buttermilk, and so you're going to add the flour mixture into the peanut butter. Make sure you're mixing it in, and then you're going to put buttermilk a little bit at a time. So you're going to alternate flour mix, buttermilk mix, flour mix, ending with the flour. So let's get that all incorporated and I'll be back. Alright, and there's our peanut butter cake batter, again scraping down the sides. I've got 2 more pans that I have oiled. You can also, and since if you're making a layered cake, it's actually better to do it this way. If you line the bottoms with parchment paper, I'm not cool like that, so I did not do that. So the people at my work are just gonna have to deal with this. So again, I'm gonna pour this into the 2 circle pans and make sure that they're very even and get them in the oven. Alright, there we go. We've got the peanut butter in the cake pans, the chocolate in the cake pans. I had to shake these down and really kind of move them around. And you want to make sure you kind of tap them a little bit to get the air bubbles out of the cake, so that it's not a bunch of holes going on through it. So we're going to stick these in the oven on 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. Just kind of keep an eyeball on it and put a toothpick in them to see how they're going to do. But it looks like this is going to be a pretty cake. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Alright guys, so while the cakes are cooking, let's go ahead and get our peanut butter frosting together. What you're going to need is you're going to need a half a cup of soft butter and 1 cup of creamy peanut butter. And you're going to put these in a mixing bowl, and you're wanting to cream them together. So getting this cream together. I'm going to take a minute here to tell you also what we're going to do is I'm going to start adding into this a half a cup of heavy whipping cream. So I'm going to start getting that together. I'm going to put it in just a little bit at a time, just to kind of helping the frosting come together and get it incorporated. Okay guys, there it is, all creamed together. It's really smooth, really creamy. What we're going to do is we're going to take 2 cups of powdered sugar, and we're going to slowly mix it into the frosting. Now, if you feel like your frosting is getting a little bit too thick and it needs to cream up a little bit more, just add a little bit more of heavy whipping cream, a little bit at a time, but slowly add in the 2 cups of powdered sugar. So let me get this mixed up, and we'll be back. Whew. Okay, confession. This right here, amazing. If you love peanut butter, you're going to love this icing. Now, one thing that I was thinking about while I was mixing it together, the consistency is definitely of icing. If it starts to get too runny, just add some more powdered sugar into it. But one of the things is I might have to make another batch because I'm making 2 or 4 layers of a cake, so this might not be enough for the cake layer to cover the entire cake. So I'll have to see, but this is really good. Got a couple minutes left on our cake, so as soon as those come out, we'll get those started too, and we'll get this bad boy decorated. I'm going to get those Whoppers, some of them crushed, and I'm going to spread it all over the cake, and then keep some of them whole so that I can decorate the cake as well. So we'll be back when the cakes are done. Okay guys, we went from a 4-layer cake to a 3-layer cake, and we almost didn't make the 3rd layer. Unfortunately, the pans that I was baking in are a dark colored pan, and cooked a lot faster, especially on the peanut butter one, and one of them, it was just too burnt, and so I didn't want to do it. Tried to level this one off a little bit for the top layer, but so we're just going to have chocolate, peanut butter, chocolate. So it'll be like a Reese's peanut butter cup or something. So I'm going to, I've got my icing right here. I put just a little bit here on the cake carrier so that the bottom layer will stick, well, the bottom layer will stick to this parchment paper that I have. And then I can just cut around the sides, and my little thing will be clean once I take it to the office tomorrow. So let me get this started to get assembled, and we'll get the icing going. Alright guys, so I've got it assembled, and you can see we've got the chocolate, peanut butter, chocolate. Got a couple cracks here and everything. I'm going to go ahead and try to fully coat this. I won't have enough to do like a crumb layer or anything like that, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and get this coated, and then once I have everything fully coated, I'm going to show you about decorating it with the Whoppers. Alright, so we have it coated, and it looks pretty sloppy, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really care too much about the sides because I'm about to take the crushed Whoppers and pat them up against the sides. I got to see how that's going to work because they might just slide down, because I think I could have made the consistency a little bit more thick now that it's on the cake. So I'm going to put these on here, and basically what I did was I just took a couple of boxes of Whoppers and just smashed them. So I'm going to take them by the handfuls and try to get them to probably a little bit less by the handfuls, and see if I can just get these to just kind of stay in here randomly. Looks like they're doing all right. Definitely going to want to put this in the fridge. Once you get it decorated. So let me finish getting this all together and decorated, and we'll get it ready. Okay guys, I was going to do pretty on the top, but it's starting to melt, so I need to get it in the refrigerator ASAP. So I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. I'm actually going to let it sit overnight, and then we'll see how it looks in the morning. Alright guys, it set out all night in the refrigerator, and it held up pretty well. I went ahead and cut around, didn't make a perfect circle, but I went ahead and cut off the excess parchment paper, and I went ahead and just to kind of give it a little bit more of a jazzy look, which is really what I wanted to do at the top, but since it was melting I couldn't. Just went ahead and lined the top with alternating peanut butter and chocolate malt balls. So it's ready to have the top put on and taken to the girls at the office. So we'll see what they say. Go! We got the cake.
I would love to give this to you, Mama Lois, but I'm filming.
Pamela is about to tell us how it tastes.
I hope it's good, Amanda. If not, we'll be like,
Well, you didn't get an icing. You need some icing on that piece.
what if it's not good, Amanda?
Well, lie about it.
We'll be like, ooh, it's all right. All right. Are we on?
We're on. We've been on.
We have not been on.
Yes, 27 seconds.
Don't film all of this on the video.
Okay.
All right, okay.
And
Mm.
yay!
It really is good. You're gonna love it, Mama Lois.